Welcome to stage 13.
It's a big day at La Vuelta 25 as the riders tackle Angliru, one of the hardest climbs in Europe. This 13th stage could have a significant impact on GC. Race leader Jonas Vingegaard is eyeing up an iconic victory in the red jersey on a day that is right in between his children's birthdays.
For sure it's the one that I would really love to win. I wouldn't say I have to win it, but for sure I would love to win today. Then I can honor maybe both my son and my daughter. So yeah, today will be a brutal stage and will be all in for everyone. So yeah, you just have to do your best.
UAE have been winning for fun at this race, and today is absolutely crucial for their leader, Joao Almeida. He knows it'll take something special to emulate Primož Roglič, the last winner on Angliru in 2023.
Today is super hard day, 200k with a lot of climbs, so Angliru in the final. It's going to be massive, and we hope for good legs. I think if you want to win today, you need to beat Jonas Vingegaard, so it's quite a hard task.
Other climbers could give it a go if the GC favourites mark each other too closely, but they will need superb legs. Wout Poels has finished second on Angliru twice and came fifth 2 years ago, so he has a decent idea of how to approach the fearsome ascent.
I mean, every time we climb Angliru is very special. It's such a hard climb. Really passionate fans always over there, so yeah, nice. I think the key point is at the second last climb to take that downhill in the front. It's very technical, and then you hit the Angliru straight away. If you can sit there in the front, you can save some energy, and then it's like, or you have the legs, or you don't have the legs, simple as that.
It's a day of rampas in Humanas on stage 13 with 3 big climbs in the final. First up is the Alto de la Mosqueta, 6.3k at 8.4%, then the Alto del Cordal, 5.5k at 8.8%, before the Angliru itself, 12.4 kilometres at a gruelling 9.7%. Plenty of GC dreams could be shattered on those brutal slopes. Well, 25 men got into the breakaway as they blasted through the first 2 hours of racing at over 50 kilometres an hour. The pace was too much for Ben O'Connor, who's been struggling after a crash, last year's runner-up, stepping off the bike. There were fewer big names at the front than in recent days, but Mads Pedersen was up there yet again hunting for green jersey points, along with his nearest rival in that classification, Ethan Vernon. The best placed man overall was Gianmarco Garofoli of T-Rex Quickstep, some 32 minutes down on Vingegaard. Joel Nicolau was in the break for the 6th time at this race, targeting mountains points. And there were some strong all-rounders, including Antonio Tiberi, who has been a long way from his best at this Vuelta, and Bob Jungels, a stage winner at the Giro d'Italia and at the Tour de France. The peloton letting the gap ease out to nearly 4 minutes as they approach the first climb of the day, the Alto de la Mosqueta. On the early slopes, Remy Cavagna took control of the breakaway for his Groupama FDJ teammate Clement Braz-Afonso, a lot of riders soon dropping away. Back in the peloton meanwhile, Tom Pidcock's Q36.5 team had taken over the pacing duties from Visma Lease Bike. Well, Jungels then decided to step things up a gear in the breakaway, with Cavagna and Braz-Afonso fading away. The Luxembourger looking strong as he led a group of 5 up the climb. He was joined by Tiberi, Garofoli, Nicolas Vinokourov and Jefferson Cepeda. A little further back, Pedersen was fighting to catch up again before the intermediate sprint, which was on the other side of the mountain. The Dane even dropping his fellow chaser, Hugh Arts, last year's European Under-23 champion. The green jersey getting back to the front and taking the place of Tiberi, who was held up by a puncture. The Italian linking up with Arts around 20 seconds behind the front group. The intermediate sprint was a formality for Pedersen, who sat up as soon as he had collected his 20 points. The rest of the front group heading on to the Alto del Cordal. Garofoli soon dropped, leaving Jungels, Vinokourov and Cepeda at the front. It didn't look like Tiberi would be able to get back to them. UAE taking over at the front of the peloton meanwhile, with the King of the Mountains, Jay Vine, working for Almeida and eating into the breakaway's advantage. Vinokourov was once again first over the top to make it 20 KOM points for the day. On the descent of the Cordal, Tiberi had a close shave, this crash ending his chances of getting back to the fronts. The stage and perhaps even La Vuelta would be decided on Angliru.
3 riders arrive at the base of the Alto dell'Angliru, the first especial climb of the 2025 La Vuelta a España.
The GC group was now around 2 minutes down, and Cepeda was the latest man to be dropped at the front. Jungels doing an impressive job, but the favourites were closing fast. UAE doing all sorts of damage, with Egan Bernal going backwards, and so too was Vinokourov, meaning Jungels would be the last survivor from the breakaway. Felix Großschartner putting in a big turn for Almeida, as Gal, Pellizzari and Pidcock all fell away from the red jersey group. And by the time they caught up to Jungels, there were only 4 of them left. Almeida, Vingegaard, Kuss and Hindley. And 4 would soon become 2, with Almeida and Vingegaard pulling away and preparing for a mano a mano on the Angliru. Hindley and Kuss trying to limit the damage, with Pidcock struggling to follow the trio of Riccitello, Gal and Pellizzari. There would be some big gaps at the finish line. It was an absorbing final, with nothing to separate the top 2 on GC. Almeida still setting the tempo. Further back, Gal had dropped the white jersey contenders Pellizzari and Riccitello, and Pidcock was just behind them, fighting all the way. The inseparable pair of Almeida and Vingegaard trading pedal strokes as they entered the final kilometre, but which of the 2 would be first over the line?
They come out of the fog, they come out of the mist, they bear the left-hand turn, they're into the sunshine. And is it going to be João Almeida who is able to crown himself the winner on stage 13 of La Vuelta? Jonas Vingegaard has been on this climb 2 times in the past. He finished second 2 years ago, but he wants that victory. It's going to be the Portuguese rider João Almeida who comes across the line. João Almeida crowns himself the winner at the top of the famous Alto dell'Angliru.
João Almeida showing that he is a force to be reckoned with on this Vuelta and that nothing is settled just yet. The Portuguese star taking his 10th win of a brilliant season, which has included GC successes in the Basque Country, Romandy and Switzerland. UAE's hot streak continues. They have now won 6 of 13 stages.
Best win of your career so far?
Yeah, this is a special one. I still don't believe it. Yeah, I think this is the hardest climb in the world. It's crazy. It just doesn't end anymore. Whoa. I'm glad it's over. I still have a lot of time to make up to Jonas, but he's looking phenomenal, so I think it's going to be a hard task, but we never give up.
Almeida taking his 23rd career win ahead of Vingegaard. Hindley, Kuss and Gal were all within 1 minute, followed by Pellizzari, Pidcock and Riccitello. Vingegaard now leads by just 46 seconds, with Pidcock at 2 minutes 18. Hindley, Pellizzari and Riccitello all moved up 4 places today, while Torstein Train held on in the top 10. Well, Javan was in domestique mode for Almeida today, but keeps hold of the polka dot jersey by 13 points from Vingegaard. 3 of the top 4 belong to UAE. And the fight for the white jersey is hotting up between Pellizzari and Riccitello, separated by just 5 seconds today and 32 overall. Tomorrow we have another short and explosive mountain stage to La Farapona. Join us for that on Saturday, and thanks for watching.